Hey everybody, this is part 3. As I said before, yesterday I was exhausted, tired. I was having a meltdown. I couldn't find any of my tools, so this is as far as I got from last video. So I want to continue forward as best I can, and I did learn from my mistakes. Like I say, I am terrible at soldering, and everything is first-hand view. You guys, me learning how to do it better and better. So lesson learned: the solder gun to trigger it, and it gets hot only when you press the trigger, is a no bueno when you're doing multiple points of soldering.
It is good. He got it.
I went out and I bought a new soldering gun, but more importantly, because I couldn't find my wire strippers, I got a wire strippers, got the auto strippers, and then I couldn't find a screwdriver.
One eternity later.
And I bought another soldering gun. I got a temperature controlled solder gun. Definitely needed to do it. It's not as ballin' as the high grade ones, but for the use that I'm gonna put it to, we'll see if this will do. So here we go. I'm finally done. Got the jumper. I only taped it and put the box on. This is version 1.0, or I'm not sure if the startup procedure will work. I'm just gonna plug this into the car and see if the system goes. Not expecting a full startup or anything like that yet, but I just want to make sure all the wires are connected correctly to the engine. So stay tuned for that. And this was a pain in the butt, even if I knew absolutely what I was doing. Now I understand why there are limited wire tutorials on doing ECUs. It takes forever. I have a family and kids, so time is at a premium.
Tomorrow.
On my way to the house where the car is, a little nervous, but for the most part, I think I did everything right. The wiring, I'm pretty confident with. There's a few pins I'm a little iffy on when it comes to what power wires I hooked it into. But we'll find out soon enough. So, in the midst of all the traffic I gotta fight, rock star, and I'll enjoy. Hello, baby. First, I have to take out the old wideband, the one that's burnt out, put in the new one. Got power, ground, and the yellow 5-volt wire. White's for the dimmer, and the brown is for the 1-volt. You need the 5-volt wire. I already have a distribution block with a relay in the center console for auxiliary gauges pre-hooked up a long time ago, so this should be a really easy install. Okay, I have the wideband sensor plugged in, not the sensor itself, but the gauge plugged in, and now I need to calibrate it. So I re-hooked up the battery. I have it grounded, power with the 5-volt lead into the stock harness, pin out, now calibrating. The switched volt heater.
Okay, then it should say cow.
Heater and then cow. There we go.
We're hitting you with the sinister light right now, dude.
Okay, so I had an IAT sensor bung plugged in before. This wasn't done by me, but whoever did it did a great job. It ran speed density one time before. Ever since I've had it, I haven't need to. Now comes the time where I finally get to use it.
Just for those that don't know, the IAT is idle air temperature sensor. It's what you use. It's one of the components that's required to do speed density properly. So what is speed density? Speed density in a nutshell, without boring you to death, is basically you're not running a MAF air sensor, you're not running a GM MAF. No, you're just running a MAP sensor and you're running a air temperature sensor, and it's able to calculate from that how much you should be running on your air-fuel ratio.
So I can eliminate this box, the MAF translator, and this sensor here, the GM 3-inch MAF. It's gone. I just don't have a 3-inch pipe to jump the gap for now. It's just going to blow through that and bypass that and use this as its sensor.
So look at the size. So you're going from this to this. So right now he's plugging into a T for a boost source. The other side of that T is going to go right here into the map sensor. You see the little nipple coming off the back there? That's where that's going to go into. And that way the car will be able to see how much boost pressure, how much vacuum, and he'll calculate using that, your wideband sensor, as well as the IAT to figure out speed density. All three of those components are required to properly compute speed density. So, how nervous are you right now, Mr. Ed?
I'm about a 6 out of 10, I guess. A 6 being, this is all simple. I'm mechanical mind, so anything that plugs in and is uses a screwdriver, I got that.
Yeah.
Because that just cuts your hand. It makes you bleed if you mess up. But electronics and tuning, all new to me. So that going wrong makes your motor bleed.
Well, you know what they say.
You ain't breaking it. You ain't racing it.
Actually, that's not what I was gonna say.
Oh, what did they say?
They say you can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish, yo, Adrian.
Oh,
Yay!
yay. Okay, we plug it in, and plug it in.
Yeah, it's good enough for now.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Alright. It's in.
Okay. So the next step at this point is to plug this awesome harness into the factory harness and see how that turns out. So he said he's a 6 of 10. I'm probably 3 of 10 on this. I think it's right.
12-volt signal to it is the only thing that I'm not certain on, but I did the based on the diagram. It's the voltage feeding to the which wire I hooked up for the 12-volt switch signal. I should be able to turn it to the on position for accessories, and we should have gauge lights. Gauge lights would not turn on without the ECU in. Let's see. Okay, today's your big day. You gonna do your job? I treated you good. I did all the work I could, figured it out. You gonna do your job? You gonna start the car? You gonna work? No, let's hope my car don't blow up. We got everything so far. Let's see that. Calibrating. So now, do you see anything funny? Any sizzling? Definitely no fire yet. Smoking. Humming. ECU heating up.
None of the above. Looks good.
Okay, that's just on. I'm not going to turn it on. I'm not going to actually crank it, but now we ought to be able to hook up the laptop and set the bass tune.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
Well, you gonna talk? It's like, stay fun.
I'm just like, okay. Okay, so we have all the calibrations for the MegaSquirt plugged into the computer. From the computer, we've loaded into the ECU, adjusted the throttle position sensor, blah, blah, blah. Now it's time to see if this is going to start.
Hold on to your butts.
It's cranking, but no starty.
So Ed's currently looking at the wiring harness. Thinks he got to the bottom of it. Some changes to do, some questions to answer, having to do with the 1G cast at this point, basically, and what's powering that, stuff coming from the MPFI relay, which is also bridging over to, was it at the coil pack? That's right. So
the relay powers a few accessories.
yeah. So it's basically it's a single point of failure that is touching about 3 systems right now. So right now we're not getting any type of TAC output. The fuel injectors are not firing, and we're not getting any spark, but it's all caused by the exact same issue. So he's trying to get to the bottom of it. Honestly, let's see what time it is. It's 10:28 in the evening right now, Saturday night. Been at it since, what time you think? 3? So we're 7.5 hours into this. And then if you count, you count all the soldering and stuff that he's done, how much hours total do you think that you're into this MegaSquirt swap?
20 hours.
20, at least 20. The support for the community on the MS Extra community is phenomenal. The support from DIY AutoTune, Matt Kramer over there, the whole team over there, they're just phenomenal and very responsive. So stay tuned. We're going to get this thing going, and Ed's going to get to the bottom of it, but we've already programmed the ECU, we've already flashed all the code, we've already built the fueling tables, we've already built the timing tables, we've already done the rev limiting. Right now it's going to be running, just on the street, it's going to be running fuel cut for the rev limiter. For launch control down the road, it's going to be doing spark cut, building some boost for the 2-step, coming to rev competitions near you. Watch out. You think the MR2 was bad. I got something in store for you on the MR2. Made some changes to that too. So the next competition it does, it's going to be pretty bad. And that's all you're going to hear from me.
Okay, attempt, what, number 5? 6? I think 5. There's the fuel pump.
Close.
That counts.
Yeah.
That counts. Okay. We only had to add 4 more jumper wires, but that was a cough.
Looks like your IAT is steady now.
Nice.
Yeah, it is. It's not jumping around.
What is it reading?
70.
Nice.
Now, I don't know if it's 70 because it's shorted, but let's hope that it isn't, and I'll just keep an eye on it.
Mm-hmm. You want to try again?
Yeah, keep going.
What is it not doing?
I mean, it could be an improper setting on.
Did we? Oh, we got to
idle.
start it. We got to start it to calibrate the timing.
Sure, but we still, yeah, we have to start it to calibrate the timing, but it could be a bad setting for your actual throttle body. Like it knows the percentage, but it doesn't know how to keep the throttle on. So try giving it a little bit more gas, maybe.
Okay. was pressing the gas.
Okay. Closer. Much closer.
Yeah. It's just the battery's super dead.
Yeah.
Sucker. Yeah, the starter's on fire.
Yeah.
Let's just call it a night, bro.
Yup.
Well, we got it to burp and hiccup and cough. We'll see. To be continued. We can end this video that I did a semi-successful wire jump. Thank you. Good night.
Good night, America. America.